Hi everyone, I'm Sophie. So, how did you like the quiz? Did the result surprise you by any chance? Or did it come out as you expected? Oh, and if this is your first time to my channel and you have no clue what I'm talking about, stop right there and check out my previous video, take the quiz, and then come back to this video so you understand what I'm covering today. Okay, so these four tendencies were studied and introduced by Gretchen Rubin, who's the author of the book, The Four Tendencies. I got a Kindle version from Amazon, and reading this book was easy breezy because the concept was simply so interesting. Today, I will explain a little bit about each tendency, but it is impossible to cover everything. I think this is one of those books that you want to have it in your possession so you can go back from time to time in the future. But if you're like, oh no, Sophie, I'm not a reader, just someone tell me what it is. No worries. The very author, Gretchen, had podcast episodes completely dedicated to these four tendencies. They are episodes 35, 36, 37, and 38. Currently, her podcast runs about 219 episodes or something. So these are old and not anymore available on podcasts. So you have to actually go to her website to access to those. I put the link to her website in the description section for you. You click it and you have to kind of search for those specific episodes, 35, 36, 37, and 38. Even if you're going to read the book, I highly recommend to listen to these podcasts. These are so interesting, and you are hearing this from the very author, Gretchen Rubin. Okay, we have a lot to cover today, so let's get to it. But first, I want to tell you, these tendencies specifically have to do with how we deal with the expectations. There are two expectations, outer expectations and inner expectations. Outer expectations can be like traffic laws or work deadlines. And inner expectation can be your New Year's resolution. So there are four types of tendencies: upholder, questioner, obliger, and rebel. Upholder meets outer expectations and inner expectations. Questioner resists outer expectations but meets inner expectations. Obliger is the opposite of questioner and meets outer expectations but resist inner expectations. And rebel resists all expectations. Upholders are like, just do it. I am an upholder. If I acknowledge that it needs to be done or I want to see it done, then I just do it. Meeting the deadlines at work, obtaining a black belt at Taekwondo, anything. I like to plan things out in advance and stick to it. And I love my to-do list. When I wake up in the morning, first thing I do is to go over my to-do list for the day. And at the end of the day, it makes me so happy to see that the most of the items on the list, if not all of them, crossed out. Some people may find it intense or uptight, but for me, believe it or not, it gives me rather a sense of relief and freedom because once I have a plan and a to-do list, all left for me to do next is just to follow it through. So when I put walking 10,000 steps, logging meal plans on my daily to-do list, you bet it gets done. Next, the questioners. They are, I'll do it if you convince me why kind of people. They don't just accept the expectations because they're expectations. They often ask why. They need an explanation and a justification on why that makes sense to them. So in order for them to decide to walk 10,000 steps every day, they demand an explanation on why it is good for the health, how it helps losing weight, and they may even go further to want to know if there's some sort of a scientific proof of the benefits of it. But once it makes sense to them, they have no problem to carry that on. Now, we have obligers. They're like, you can count on me and I'm counting on you to count on me. They're those people who never miss choir practices and have no problem following the rules. But then they struggle meeting their inner expectations. So, for example, an obliger, let's say Jane, who excelled her performance and kept a good record of attendance in her track team, would not do so good when she quit the team and tried to train running by herself. When she was in the team, her coach and her peers expected her to be there, so she made sure she be there. Then when that outer expectation was out of the picture, it was hard for her to carry it on by herself. So if you are an obliger and you are in this weight loss journey, first thing you want to do is to find an accountability partner or a workout buddy, or sign up for a weight loss program that expects you to be there for a weekly check-in or weigh-in sort of things. Now, the rebels. Wow. Okay, so they're like, you can't make me and neither can I. They resist both outer and inner expectations. They're spontaneous and impulsive. They do what they want when they want. So, I don't know. If you are a rebel and want to lose weight, maybe using your spontaneity and having your workout clothes or gears in your car all times. So whenever you feel like working out, you can go as you have everything you need right there in your car. Otherwise, who knows, if you have to come home and get changed and all that, maybe meanwhile there's a good chance that you have a change of heart and end up just staying home. All right, are you still there? I tried to cover all 4 tendencies without making this video so long, but you can only imagine how much more to it. So please get the book if you would, and if not, please at least check out her podcast episodes 35, 36, 37, and 38. Okay, thanks for sticking with me today. See you next time. Bye. I put the link of her website in the description under. I put the link to her website in the description section. I put the link to her website in the description.